G'day, and welcome to ComicsMATE, your mates in comics from the land down under. I'm your host, Dean James, and I'm here today to talk about Superman. As you can see behind me, I have an article from comicbookmovie.com where Superman Legacy director James Gunn confirms a March shoot date. And we have our new Superman right there, he looks great. A few days ago, a logline for Superman Legacy surfaced online, courtesy of Productions List, which stated that the upcoming Superman reboot would begin shooting in March. And this was just a rumour at first. No one was really sure if it was real or not. But now we have James Gunn has come out and confirmed. DC Studios co-chair and legacy director, screenwriter, James Gunn has confirmed that the cameras will indeed start to roll in March. But he has stated that the logline synopsis for the film was not 100% accurate. The original synopsis from Production List reads, Superman, a cub reporter in Metropolis, embarks on a journey to reconcile his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing as Clark Kent. Gunn responded, I'm not sure where this logline came from because I didn't write it. It has elements of truth, obviously based on things I've said in the past, but I wouldn't describe the plot this way and I wouldn't call Clark a cub reporter. He's a 30-year-old full-on reporter. But yeah, we shoot in March. I'm grateful every day for our production team work their asses off to keep things going through the strikes. Forces impelled us to stop many times, and if we had, we'd never make July 2025. Well, there you go. I'm actually very excited about this movie hitting us sooner rather than later, because Superman Legacy is one of the only future DC movies coming out that have been announced so far that I'm actually genuinely excited for. I'm hoping that, before my life is over, I can get a truly great Superman movie. And Superman Legacy seems like it might be the one, fingers crossed, huh? Let me know what you guys think, if you're excited or not, because I want to have a conversation about this. I'm very excited about Superman. During the announcement of the Gods and Monsters Chapter 1 slate, Gunn described Legacy as Superman Legacy is the true foundation of our creative vision for the DC Universe. Not only is Superman an iconic part of DC lore, but he's also a favourite character for comic book readers, viewers of early movies, and fans all around the world. He continued, I can't wait to introduce our version of Superman who audiences will be able to follow and get to know across films, movies, animation, and gaming. Yeah, see, if you haven't heard yet, they plan on doing all of their DC stuff is going to be canon within the same universe. So whether or not you're playing the video games, you're watching the cartoons, or any of the movies, it will be the same Superman across the board, it will be the same Green Lantern across the board, etc, etc. The James Gunn directed and written Superman Legacy film stars David Corenswet as Kal-El Clark Kent, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Sarah Sampio as Eve Teschmacher, is that Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner Green Lantern, Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl, Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific, Sean Gunn as Maxwell Lord. Hey, Sean Gunn, he's got his brother in another movie. That's cool. I like it. A lot of people give him criticism for casting his brother in basically, all of his movies these days since Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I think it was. I'm not sure if he was in number 1, but yeah, I like him. I think he's funny. He's a good dude. I'm always happy when I see that guy show up on screen. Maria Gabriela Di Faria, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these names wrong, I'm terrible with names, as Angela Spicer, the engineer, Le Engineer, and Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho. Additionally, Nicholas Hoult has been confirmed by Gunn to portray Lex Luthor in the film. And we actually spoke about this on ComicsMATE Live a few weeks back. I'll put a clip in so that we can watch it, because I want to continue this discussion with you guys. And, so feel free to leave your comments down below and let me know what you guys all think of everything. If you like it, you hate it, I'm not fussed, I want to know. Currently set for release on July 11th, 2025, fingers crossed, Superman Legacy is the first film in Gunn's reboot of the DCEU. Filming was originally expected to begin this January, but has now been confirmed to start in March. Yeah, and that's it for this article. Let me know what you guys think, because I want to have a conversation about this. I'm genuinely hyped. I haven't been excited about a movie in a long time, and Superman's one of my favorites. I wouldn't say I was disappointed with Man of Steel, but it wasn't the Superman movie I was hoping for. And I know, James Gunn being the director that he is, creating things like Guardians of the Galaxy, I really have high hopes. I think he could be the guy to make the Superman movie that I've been dreaming of. Just a short video. I'll cut this now over to the conversation that I'd started with Kemosabe on ComicsMATE Live, and then that'll be the end. Let us, feel free to jump in with whatever you think and throw it down in the comments. Please like, subscribe, and yeah, that's it. Thanks. Check this out. This is the actual casting of the guys here, yeah? And this is, as you can see, you got Superman at the top there. That's the guy right there. I see it. You got Lois Lane, and she's fantastic in everything she's ever been in. If Odin was here, he'd tell you right now because he's actually a big fan. He squealed like a girl when he found out that was Lois Lane.
Which is not unusual.
Yeah, not unusual for Odin. Not unusual at all.
No, he's a squealer.
Odin's girly squeals. But then, see, Lex Luthor is the only one that I keep going back to. Oh, and Hawk Girl, because why do they race up Hawk Girl? She's supposed to be a ginger. But, like, I don't hate that. Like, she's pretty hot. I'll give her that. But then Nick Holt as Lex Luthor. I don't see it. Like, he's going to have to act his fucking pants off to get that shit going.
I think
that's great. The rest of it's all great.
I'll take a wait-and-see approach to Nick Holt, but why isn't the guy at the bottom Lex Luthor?
Like he's right there. He's right there.
His Lex Luthor's right there, but also he's on his look like he would be great as Metamorpho, like he kind of looks like that drawing right there, even before they put him in
that guy is in Barry, and he's excellent in that show.
Yeah,
I don't know his real name.
He was Zaz in something as well.
Yeah,
the names are all wrknow here in case you don't know who they are. They're all written here.
I feel like Lex needs to be older. Like Lex always needs to be a little bit older than Superman, even when they were growing up in Smallville, even when they were friends there.
Yeah,
young scientist Lex Luthor was older than and this is Silver Age stuff. I'm talking about older than young Clark Kent, who he blames for the loss of his hair. I always think he needs to be about 5 to 10 years older than him. Rumble Bruce's weight, though, man, Mr. Terrific Black.
Superman's name is David Corenswet, so go check it out. Like Google him, I guess.
Oh, they're actually bringing in Guy Gardner. Green Lantern, huh? They're actually doing Green Lantern.
Yeah, and they're finally giving Nathan Fillion his due as anything. Like, literally, and the man deserves something at this point. He's been in so many movies and just always cast on the side or something, and he's a fan favorite from, Firefly or whatever back in the day.
Yeah, and for a long time, they were trying to cast him as Hal Jordan. Everybody said he'd be the perfect Hal Jordan. I sort of think he might have got too old for that role, but I can see him as Guy Gardner.
Yeah, I can see it.
I like it. I'm a bit surprised they've got so many other superheroes in it though, like Superman Legacy, and you've got 6 other heroes in it already. It's like I don't know, man.
I don't know how they're going to pull this off because it reminds me of like the old rule from Spider-Man 3. Like too many characters in the thing, too many villains, too many heroes ruins it. Yeah. But a lot of these characters, like look, Green Lantern's the only one here that's really a massive player. Yeah, like Hawkgirl might be, but like Mr. Terrific and Metamorpho and whoever this chick is, I can't even say that.
The engineer, she's out of the Authority, so they're bringing.
Okay, so I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but this is her, and this is this is them. Oh yeah, hell yeah! Like I'm not complaining about it. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm hopeful. Like this looks decent. I will watch this movie. There's nothing here that pisses me off so much that I'm out. Like it looks good. I'll give it a go. But just so you know, this happened now.
Just talking about the Lex Luthor casting, Mo says they tried to listen to the fans, but they were saying Heisenberg, not Eisenberg. Yeah, like I think Bryan Cranston would make a kick-ass Lex Luthor, and so would bald Billy Zane. Billy Zane, he's a bit older now. He would make a fantastic.
I mean, being a bit older is perfect.
Evil motherfucker. Yeah, he'd be so good.
Yeah.
He'd be so good.
Yeah, but Billy Zane's more like I'm out on any superhero movies from here on out.
Is he?
They already got him with his wang out already.
Yeah, see, Phil says he digs Metamorpho. I agree. It looks good. G'day, Corey. Welcome. Yeah, Billy Zane must play every bald villain. That's exactly right.
I'm okay with that. And that would save this guy from shaving his head. I can just imagine they're doing the casting, like, all right, so Nick, we got you cast as Lex Luthor, and he's like, and Anthony, we've got you cast as Metamorpho, and I'm like Nick Holt's looking at Anthony, going like, for real? I mean, you're paying me, I guess, but yeah, it does kind of seem like he's just right there.
Do you think they'll shave his head or give him a red wig? What do you reckon? I'm thinking he's going to shave his head. I hope he shaves his head.
I'd like to see him lose the hair over the course of a callback to the Silver Age where he lost his hair and blamed Superman for it, and that was sort of like.
Well, yeah, it was because of kryptonite. It was like cancer related or something, wasn't it?
That's in the modern age. In the Silver Age, there was in Silver Age, Lex was doing an experiment in his lab, and something went wrong, and Superboy pulled him out of the fire. But as a consequence of the fire and the chemicals, his hair all fell out, and he blamed Superboy. He said, it's your fault. You interfered. And the Superboy's like, no, bro, your experiment was already going tits up. I saved your life. So ever since then, he dedicated himself to trying to kill Superman, which is pretty lame for motivation when there's wigs, and he's a genius scientist. I'm sure he could just make more hair or something. So, you know, I think probably the best Lex Luthor origin is not Secret Identity, Secret Origin, Superman Secret Origin.
I don't know.
Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. Well, the thing is, Lex Luthor runs Metropolis, and every day he comes out of his skyscraper and he stands on the balcony, and people shout. The whole Metropolis gathers, and they say, "Mr. Luthor, please, my kid is sick. Mr. Luthor, please, I need a job." And they all shout out whatever they want, and he'll pick one person to like grant their wish. And every day he walks out, and he walks out with his arms out, and millions of people there cheering for him, desperate for him to grant their one wish, whatever it is, whether they want a job, whether they've got a sick kid, or they need a cure for cancer, whatever. And as Superman turns up and starts being Superman in the course of the story, this is really the story they need to adapt into the movie. Hopefully James Gunn is riffing on this really hard. By the end of the show, by the end of the comic, I mean, people have become more reliant on themselves because Superman has been a symbol that's shown them how they can step up and be better people themselves, which is Superman's greatest superpower, convincing you that you can be a better person than you are. Right at the end, Lex comes out expecting to be greeted by these millions of people, and there's nobody there. The town square is empty. Nobody gives a shit about him anymore because they have now got Superman to look up to. And by looking up to Superman, they then take on their own responsibilities and start being better people. And that's the catalyst for Lex hating Superman. He's like, he's taken my power away. I owned this town. Everybody adored me. I was their hero. I was the one that they came to. They needed me. And now they don't need me because it's not that they need Superman. It's now they're independent. It's even worse than that. He didn't just steal them. He made them independent so they would never need to come back to Lex. And that's his motivation for hating Superman. It's probably the best. People say like All-Star Superman's the best Superman story. I think All-Star Superman's probably the most wide-scale, amazing Superman story.
My favorite one.
Yeah, the best Superman story. Does anybody in the chat know the one I'm talking about? I'm sure it's Jeff Johns writing it and Gary Frank on the art. I'm sure it's called like Secret. It's not Secret Identity because that's the one that Mark Waid wrote, which is good, but not even in the same class. I'm sure it's called Secret Origin or something like that. Can anybody know what I'm talking about? It was a big deal. Like it was like 12 issues. Gary Frank illustrated the whole thing. He made him look like Christopher Reeve the whole way through. You had Metallo in it. You had Brainiac. It was amazing. It's really the best Superman comic that's probably ever been made. And nobody really talks about it. It sort of happened on the side because
Leslie
you know, they have a female thing. She could play the female thing if they wanted to.